Good man. Genuinely good man. He did something for me which I'll never forget. He looked after my family, he looked after my sister and my brother-in-law while I was away, and that was a lovely gesture. A lovely gesture, and it's something I've never forgotten.
I learnt a lot from the bloke, right? It's been all right. He's a good businessman. He's got a brain on him, but, you know, he surrounds himself with a bunch of goons, right? I wasn't going to be a goon.
He was good to me, he was good to my family, he was good to my mum, he was good to everybody. What can I say about the man? Oh, it's like biting the hand that feeds you. Without him, who knows where I would have ended up. And yeah, I stood next to him in the dock because he didn't do nothing wrong. And I'll say that to my dying day, that he never done nothing wrong.
I think it's the biggest miscarriage of justice ever happened in the history of Great Britain, really. One of them. I mean, we've done a couple of things. We snapped a few people around. We looked after people. People treat us with respect, we treat them with respect, you know.
He's a very intelligent man, Charlie. He's a very, very intelligent man, but I think he got too big with his boots. And I just, from what he'd done to me, I can't think anything more of him as being like an animal.
He's a gentleman. He's a businessman, he's a gentleman.
In the 60s, London was owned and ruled by two families. North of the river, the Krays. To the south, the Richardsons. Some movies portrayed these families as violent, stupid men who ran around shooting or cutting anyone who got in their way. I'm going to tell you my story, so you make up your mind about what it was really like. I'm Charlie Richardson.
Charlie.
Get up! Get up! Charles Richardson, I'm arresting you. You're not obliged to say anything unless you wish to do so, but anything you do say may be put down in writing.
Two very important things happened on the 30th of July 1966. England won the World Cup with Kenneth Wolstenholme uttering those immortal words, "Oh, fuck off," and Nobby Stiles jigging his way across the Wembley turf. But more importantly, for me, about 7 a.m, those bastards from Scotland Yard come knocking at my door and nick me. One of you want to go downstairs, put the kettle on, eh?
I'll go. Peters.
Cunts. Didn't matter, though, because I'd get off. I'm going to brush my teeth. I always got off. Out of the way.
It has taken 104 prospective jurors before we were able to decide on you 12. It is now up to you to decide the fate of one of the most notorious crime gangs in London. It will not be an easy task. You are about to embark on a case which may affect the future of the law in this country. Therefore, I intend to inform you that for the duration of the case, you will be under surveillance. This means that plainclothes police officers will shadow you to and from your homes, so that no improper approach may be made by anyone. We shall also be installing in each of your houses a special phone. This phone will have direct access to the police. Should any one of you or your families be approached by anyone regarding this case, please use the phone. Or if you're at all scared, also use the phone. The police will be there to give you assistance. It might be rather...
What's that, Charlie? It's a boat. It's nice, ain't it? It's better than nice, so I'm going to get it.
That's me. Me and my little brother Eddie.
How are you going to do that, Charlie? I don't know, but I'm going to get it. Eddie! Charlie! Come on!
It all started here, South East London, just after the war. Things were tough. Well, tough for everyone. But we was happy as kids.
When's Dad coming home?
When he gets here. Where are you going? Out. Out where?
I've got stuff to do. Can I come?
You take care of him, Charlie, you hear?
OK, Dad weren't around much, but Mum, God bless her, did the best she could for us. We made our own amusement and considered ourselves lucky, because not only did we live above a sweet shop that my grandparents ran, we had the bomb sites to play in.
Tell me where we're going, Charlie. Come on, I'll show you. Do you ever think we'll see Dad again, Charlie? Of course we'll see him again. Don't you guys say nothing like that. As soon as the ship gets back here,
it's fucking marvellous, Eddie. I think it's fucking marvellous. I mean, metal, where it comes from. Under the ground for those thousands of years. I think it's fucking marvellous.
Tell me this. It's that fucking marvellous one, it bastard lighter.
This is metal, Eddie. It's kept us out bothering us.
Charlie!
That's my baby brother, Alan. Smart kid, educated, not like me and Eddie. He went to school. We promised Mum he wouldn't make the same mistakes as us.
Are you Charlie Richardson?
Who wants to know?
I got a lorry load of lead out here. They said you might buy it.
Is it knocked off?
I don't know if it's knocked off, do I? Do you want it or not?
Do you reckon it's knocked off?
I don't know.
We should fucking know, shouldn't you? If it's off some marks, I ain't paying for it. Because that's rightly mine. I ain't just got around to collecting it yet. If it's from out of town, I'll have it.
There's a couple of geezers in long coats out here.
Oh, Bill.
Well, I ain't fucking driving in here then, am I?
Do you want me to go and have a word?
We look after the old Bill out of our end. Don't worry. Bring it in. Alan?
Yes, Charlie?
Look, I've been meaning to talk to you. But I don't want you getting involved with the old Bill, okay? I want you to run this business proper. See, me and Eddie, we just keep your nose clean, okay? You keep my mouth. Keep rapping, okay? Why don't you make me and Eddie a cup of tea, eh?
I'll leave it out, Charlie. I don't want to be the tea boy.
Oi. You heard your big brother. 2 lumps of mine, not too much milk.
Didn't take you long.
I thought to see if everything's okay with our new entrepreneur. You've got a new delivery as well.
Why don't you crawl back under a fucking rock, you scumbag?
Eddie. Look, if the local police officer's looking out for us, it's only right that we should pay an interest in their funds, eh?
You always was a smart one, Charlie.
Yeah.
Where's it gone, Charlie? Someone must have bought it. Who do you think you bought it, Charlie? I don't know.
How you doing, Kazama? How's my little Eddie? How's Charlie? Have you been behaving yourself, eh? How you looking, Swifty? Hello, Eddie. How have you been? You been good?
Yeah.
Have you? You've been a good boy since you got big, haven't you?
Scumbag Berman. Up until the last minute, he was in the dock with us. Then suddenly, he decided to cross the line.
I was called to take sandwiches to the office. When I got there, Charlie and Frank and Tommy Clark was there. This guy was sitting in a chair. When I looked again, I recognised the man as Taggart. I had to look twice. I mean, his eyes and his nose and his ears were all swollen. I mean, his body was covered with marks.
How did you feel when you saw him?
Oh, I nearly fainted. I said to Richardson, I said, good God, what's this man done to end up like this? Anyway, I mean, Charlie was shouting and screaming. I was in a daze. I didn't know what I'd walked into.
Could you leave the room?
Yeah, but my feet wouldn't let me. It was all very tense. I started walking to the door. Charlie told me to sit down and wait. Then Charlie told Taggart he wanted 1,200 quid.
Your defence can be summarised in a few words. You had the misfortune to come across 2 crimes being committed. One, knocking Taggart about in an unlawful way. The other, demanding money from Taggart.
Yeah.
You were not there because you wanted to be there. or because you were a willing party by any chance. And your continued presence was not due to any desire to encourage what was going on, but was because you did not know how you could get away.
Yeah. Mr. Berman, would you tell me who the checks were made out to? What? Oh, come on, Mr. Berman. You remember the assault you walked into and which your feet wouldn't let you walk away from? Who were the checks which totaled £1,200 and which you say Mr. Charles Richardson demanded with menace made out to? Let me remind you. The checks signed by Mr. Taggart were made out to you, Mr. Berman.
What is it with him and that bloody boat?
Leave it, Charlie.
Well, right, they should get attached to things like that. Only leads to disappointments. Yeah, give us the boat. Do you trust your old man? You know you should never trust anybody but your old man. Now give us the boat. That's it. You like this boat, don't you? Yeah, it's nice. Did I tell you about the tides?
No.
No? Well, you see, Charlie, you don't want to do any work like carrying this. I mean, apart from there being little room for it in the car, I mean, you gotta lug this bloody thing all the way up there, haven't you? So now, you take the tides. You see, the tide, it goes from here, and it goes all the way to London Bridge, yeah? And it comes all the way back again. So, get your boat, put it in the water, and let it sail all the way up on the tide to London Bridge, yeah? And then we pick it up when we get there. Do you want to do that?
No.
Just put it in the water. It saves lugging the bloody thing about, don't it? Hey, listen, don't you trust me? Go on, set it in the water. That's it, that's it. Okay, come on. I fancy a pint, I must say that.
Now you're probably sitting there thinking, poor little bugger. But see, my dad taught me a valuable lesson that day. He taught me that you must never trust anyone, 100%. After all, if he, the man I love more than anything, could do this, what could all the other little toe rags who came round kissing up to me in later years take from me in a moment of weakness? They called this place a teenage correctional facility. Fuck knows what teenagers they ever corrected. All we ever did was dreamed up scams for when we got out. They put me in here to stop me nicking cars. I was a dab hand at pinching motors. From about 13, I always drove a decent jam jar.
How are you going to do it, Charlie?
But not being one who enjoyed being locked up, I decided to get out of the place. Thing is, if you're going to escape from any nick, you got to use people you can trust. I used the only person I knew I could trust completely. After all, if someone's going to break you out, who better? It's about time. Your dad. Where have you been?
Oh, sorry, Charlie.
You're supposed to have been here an hour ago.
Yeah, I know, but I got a bit delayed.
I told you to use a torch, didn't I? Not a light.
Yeah, but, no, you won't believe it. I couldn't find a bloody torch anywhere in the house.
Did you bring the car?
No. Now, don't get angry. I've got it all arranged, OK? OK, it's going to be sweet now. Come on. Come on. It's going to be all right. No need to worry.
There we go. There's all the sacks.